Alright, I am back again tonight, and I have Travis with me this time. And I finally got him onto the modded server, and I'm fixing to actually start showing him around. So that's probably primarily what this stream is going to be, is just basically showing him around and showing off some stuff and doing all that, which is just fine by me. First place I started off with, we're in a building that the server admin built, which he dubbed Spawn Co. This building has multiple levels, and each level has 3 cages where various mobs spawn. And we can actually, it's using the Soul Shards mod, and we can actually turn them off and on. Like this room, we have Wither Skeletons, Endermen, and Withers. Now, the Withers can't be automatically spawned the way the other ones can. I'll go ahead and turn these on and show you. Anyway, we'll see if we switch to the other mod pack or not. That'll make doing this harder if we do. But yeah, there's the Withers. Here's the Enderman. Oh, there's a missing piece of glass. I just put a piece of stone there for the moment. Wrong buttons. The Wither one we actually had to rig in a slightly different way. On the back wall there we have blocks that we call placers, and they're linked up to these chests. So you actually put the soul sand and the wither skulls in these chests in the same formation that you would actually build a wither, and then it actually places them and the wither spawns in there, and then it gets killed and you get nether stars. So, and an actual nether star farm is achievable, at least in modded. From what I've seen, you can do it in vanilla, but yeah. Let's see here. Did you? Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm like, where did he go?
Yeah, I'm able to move now.
Okay. Alright, since the elevator did not seem to agree with you, I will teleport you out of here, so just give me a minute. There you go.
Awesome.
Alright, that item I gave you earlier, the bat wings, it actually allows you to fly. Just double tap space like you would in creative.
Gotcha.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is fly on over, follow me to my old base. There's almost not hardly anything over here at all anymore, because I've actually moved it all except for my energy production, which is up in the sky. It should be loading in here soon. Oh, it's over there. Okay.
Dude, I don't know where you went. You just completely bugged out of sight.
Alright, I'll just teleport you to me when I get here. Sorry, I forgot that my armor has speed buffs on it. I'll go ahead and turn those off real quick. Now my flight speed modifier is off. And my regular speed modifier is off, so I don't know. But anyway, this is the thing I've been telling you about for a while, the big orb, the draconic orb. It still isn't full. It holds 2.14 trillion energy, and at the moment I'm at about 50%. I actually need more energy production, I think. And then above it on the platform up here, I have some solar and some wind turbines for the actual energy production. Did you fall down, or where'd you go?
No, I'm right above you.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, and here, let me turn this thing off real quick. Yeah, this is what it is when it's off. It's just this giant orb of blocks. And inside all the purple blocks is nothing but redstone blocks. And I probably could move all of this over to my new base. But, putting this thing together in the first place was a royal pain. Because you have to get the blocks just right, and I actually goofed the first time and I missed 2 blocks in that whole big solid thing. So I had to go digging through it looking for the 2 blocks that I missed, and when you're digging through nothing but redstone blocks, noticing a hole is kind of hard to do. Oh, hey Stark, you're back. Anyway, like I said, I don't know if you've been here since the very beginning or not, but I finally got Travis, who is my typical streaming buddy, on with me. This is his first time actually on the server. We've streamed together quite a bit on my vanilla server, but he hasn't been on modded, so I'm just kind of basically giving him the tour. So what do you think, seeing it up close and personal?
It's pretty impressive. I think all the different stuff here is just crazy.
I know this is actually his first foray on modded, but don't feel too bad for him. While I'm actually getting fairly experienced in modded at this point, I've only been on the server for as long as the server has actually existed, which I think is about 4 months now, and at the time that I joined, I was a complete noob to modded myself. So don't feel too bad for him. I'm sure he could pick it up quite quickly, if he can actually maintain an internet connection. Although you've got 3 bars on your signal strength now, so it's better than the 1 you did have. Alright, type /spawn. We'll just pop right back to spawn real quick. There you go. Now the spawn co building. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was trying to bring up the chat and the stream, but for some reason, there. For some reason, YouTube.
Oh, if your internet's as bad as it is, you might not want to watch the stream and be in the server at the same time.
No, I got it up. I turned. For some reason, if I have my Wi-Fi off my PC and I'm hardlined in, I'm something funky goes odd and it drops connection like crazy. So I just shut the Wi-Fi off.
The other thing you could do if you wanted is you could pop out the chat and then close the video, so you'll stay connected to the chat so you can see it, but you don't necessarily have to see the video because you're here. Yeah, if you click on that little ellipsis at the top right of the chat, there's that pop out option.
Yeah, I got it.
Be nice, Stark. Not everybody likes modded. He wouldn't like Ethan. Anyway, these little pedestals here are teleporter orbs. Most of us have one set up to our base. Mine's actually right over here. Go ahead and click on mine.
I clicked both, nothing happened. Ah, there it goes.
Okay, so this is my area. Go ahead and fly up if you want. I chose this area because it is absolutely gorgeous over here.
Oh, I don't know if it's my computer. I think it's modded. My computer does not like modded. Because I definitely just free fell for like 10 seconds. With nothing but a black screen and a horizon.
That happens to me when I do the spawn teleport, but not when I do the other teleports. It's kind of weird. Over here is what is starting to become my castle. This whole thing was actually a mountain. I've cleared out some of it. Most of it's still just the mountain though. I've got the front pretty much going so far. This whole green area over here was actually hill and dirt all the way up. And then a lot of this green area over here was hill and dirt all the way up, which I've cleared out. Even having the hammer, being able to do 3x3, still pretty slow. I think I spent like a day clearing out that one side there. It's just... Anyway, go ahead and come on in. Now, one thing I do want to point out, because you're seeing it all over the place at the moment, is the chisels and bits textures, like the floors, the walls. This is all just straight stone, but it's textured with chisel, and it looks really, really nice.
It does look cool.
And it's just regular stone. This thing here is my inventory. Actually, hold on. Team ally add T240. What? Let me double check something here real quick. Oh, team add ally. I did it backwards. Alright, I think I did. Check it one more time. Yeah. Slash release team add. Well, according to what I read, it's team add ally. I'll figure it out later. In the meantime, I'll just go ahead and unclaim my chunks around this area so you can actually interact with stuff.
Okay.
So you should be able to click on this computer screen looking thing now, or right click on it.
Oh, is this like your inventory?
Yep.
Oh, so instead of having chest stacked upon chest, stacked upon chest, you just have one little nice thing.
Pretty much. This is called refined storage. And these blocks down here that have like little things on them. If you look to the lower right of the computer monitor, you actually make like disks and you put it in there, and the idea is basically that it's converting the items into data. So you store all your items on digital disks, and then you just access them from a computer monitor.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Got some of my machinery and whatnot in here. Now this right here, this is one of the first things you'll actually make in modded. This is the smeltery. This is part of the Tinker's mod set. And this is the thing you can actually put your ore and everything in. It'll actually smelt it down to liquid. And then you can come over here to your casting tables and whatnot and actually pour the ore into cast and make your weapons and whatnot out of them. That's where my hammer comes from, and like you see my sword, my pick. That's how you make all that, is with the Tinker's smeltery. And then I've got some of my machinery over here for other types of ore processing and just other abilities and whatnot. This one block here with the 4 red dots on front of it is actually called an item repairer. You can actually just stick your item in there and it will use RF to repair your item. So no more need for mending, just use your energy to repair it.
See, I thought regular Minecraft was confusing at times.
Looks like I ran Stark off already, so obviously he was offended that you've never played modded before. Alright, you went into this room over here earlier that has the nether wart and whatnot in it. This room isn't really much. I do have my extra utilities cobble generator in here, connected to a compacting drawer, which is storing a whole buttload of cobble. And then this little machinery setup over here is actually a lava generator. So if I were to grab a bucket and pull out that block of lava in a few seconds, it would create another one, so infinite lava. And then follow me. Oh, these three over here, these are canola generators. There's a plant you can grow called canola, and you put it in the first machine, and it will press that into oil, and then the middle one will convert the canola oil into just regular oil, and then the third one will burn the oil to create energy.
Huh. Okay.
And then down here, I have my Botania room. Botania's, and you'll probably notice as I go through here, I have like a room per mod, basically. Botania is a magical type mod that does some fairly interesting stuff. It uses flowers primarily as the main resource. It adds extra flowers to the world gem, and you harvest those flowers, and you can use it to get what's in these little pools here, the glowing blue materials called mana, and then you can use the mana as a power source to do some interesting things. I haven't played around with it that much though. It's not exactly the most entertaining mod, but it does have some possibilities. There is one thing that mod will do is it'll actually create an item that will allow you to lift an area of the world up into the sky. If I have the time, I'll actually take you over to one of the guys' bases that did that. He has a bunch of floating islands. Now, right now, I want you to see this block that I'm standing on. These are actually teleporters. If you shift on them, you'll go down, and if you jump on them, you'll go up. So stand on it and jump. Okay. This is what I did on last week's stream. There's quite a few items in the world that you'll wind up getting a whole lot of. And even though the refined storage systems have theoretically unlimited storage, they do have a limit. So what I did was I used another mod called storage drawers, and I used an interface called external storage that works with that refined storage system downstairs. And I've got refined storage modules running into the back of all of these, and each one of these holds only one item, but it can hold a lot of one item. So I've got some of the materials that I get the most of up here, and the refined storage system downstairs will actually use these storage drawers as if they were part of its own storage. You can pull directly out of them and put directly back into them from the system downstairs.
Is the red bar at the bottom, is that like the fill level?
Yep, that's the fill level.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, hey, I'm rated. Welcome back. Yeah, you missed the stream the last time. I was kind of missing you too because we had that Stark guy here. Yeah, anyway. Would have definitely appreciated some sanity. Anyway, how you been, M-rated? Now, if I remember correctly, yep, I really don't have a lot done up here other than this one room. So go ahead and stand on this quarter and hit shift twice. There you go. Alright, this room, the only thing I have in it right now is the fusion crafters from the Draconic mod. A lot of the stuff you make with Draconic Evolution you actually have to craft in the fusion crafter here. if I had some materials and stuff I wanted to craft, I'd show you. It's actually a really cool animation when it goes off. Whenever you put the items, one item each in these orange pods on each side, and then you put the item that they all get merged into in this center pod. And when you start it up, it's all lightning and sparking, and then all the items float over around the central pod and start spinning around it and spinning around it, and eventually they all merge together and become one. It's a pretty nifty animation. This room over here is for my Empower. Kind of a very similar concept to the Fusion Crafter over there. You put one item on each of the green platforms, and then the main item on the central platforms, and then it creates particles going from all the outside ones in the inner one and uses those items to empower the central one. It's kind of nifty. This is from the Actually Editions mod, which is a very... Actually Editions is what people would refer to as a full featured mod. It's very nice. Go ahead and come over here to this area. The brown walls.
This area, huh?
Yeah, this castle isn't even nearly as big as it's going to be yet. I've actually been really good, M-rated. Things are actually going pretty good for me right now. Do kind of wish Travis had better internet, but we'll deal. Are you stuck again?
No, I'm down here in this brown room.
Oh. Well, on my screen, you're still standing over here by the Empower.
Nope. Just booted me from the server.
Alright, go ahead and hop back in. So, I don't know if I told you or not, Travis, there was actually an opening that came up on Team Perkins, and I tried to get it, but Matt Green applied, so my chances of getting that were pretty much nil. I came close, though, from what they tell me, but I think that's what they have to tell me.
Yeah, it's one of those, oh no, you did well, trust me, kind of things.
Yep. Alright, so anyway, this brown room is dedicated to my auto crafting system. One of the things about modded is that the recipes for a lot of this stuff is like, I'm trying to think of something in Minecraft that actually works this way. Oh, well, here, I don't know. I can't think of something off the top of my head, but a lot of times you have to craft multiple things just to craft one other thing, right? Or you have to craft multiple things to craft multiple of that thing, then to craft one other thing. It gets annoying sometimes. So all these machines that you see with the blue dot on them, these are the crafters. And you make these items called patterns, and then you program them with the pattern grid here, and you put them in there. So you can actually come to the refined storage system and find them, and if the item has the word craft under it in small print, then you can actually auto craft that item. The really cool thing about it is like I said, the blocks with the blue dot, well, the other blocks that have the multiple blue dots on them are the same block. They're just pointed down. The reason why they're pointed down is because they're pointed into the machines that are under them. So if the thing has to be processed through a machine to be converted into another item in order to make the other item, it will actually feed that item into the machine and then eject it back out into the item system. I have run into a couple items that have not been auto-craft friendly, but for the most part it pretty much is. It's a fairly nifty little system. Here, let me see what I can do here. Alloy. I've got a ton of those already. Here, let's just make like one of these. Alright. Watch those machines down there at the end. One of them should kick on. Yep. and it crafts the item. And then inside these blocks underneath the machines is actually what's called item conduit. So any machine that ejects an item, it carries down the item conduit into this ender chest, and then there's a matching ender chest up there for the refined storage system that goes right back into it.
Wow, that's this is a lot. Like I said, I thought regular Minecraft was confusing at times.
Oh, trust me, I've driven myself crazy sometimes trying to figure this stuff out because it doesn't always want to work the way it's supposed to either, because it's, you know, it's people coding mods and they do a good job, but then there's also the fact that you're trying to have multiple mods interact with each other, and sometimes some mods don't want to like each other, and it can be interesting. Alright, one other thing in my base, go ahead and follow me. Alright, this machine here, you've actually seen it before on one of my streams when it was in my other base. I don't have it quite hooked up yet because the processing room for it's actually going to be right above this. I've got the room cleared out, but I don't have the processing set up yet. But this is an ore miner. You provide power to it and then put a storage block of some sort by it, and it will actually automatically mine ores for you. Pretty much every kind of ore there is, with a couple exceptions. And I don't mind having it off right now because as long as it was on before, I mean, I've got so much stuff now anyway, I don't really see that I need more, but I'm going to get it set up again at some point. And then the reason why this room is twice as big is because on the other side, I'm going to put the matching resource miner, which mines standard blocks, stone, cobble, dirt, clay, gravel, sand. Um, it mines pretty much all the regular blocks. So at some point I will actually make a mine shaft underneath my castle. I had a mine shaft underneath my original base, but I haven't actually really had use for a mine shaft. But I mean, because there's really nothing I actually need with all these machines, but I do love mining. It's kind of cathartic, so I started to say lethargic. That's not the word I'm looking for.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
Alright, stand on the teleporter and jump. Okay. One other thing to point out over here against this wall, this is the other part of the Tinker Smeltery. The crafting table, the stencil table, the part builder, and the tool forge. These are the other crafting tables that you also need to use the smeltery. The pattern table creates the patterns for the parts, which also allows you to create the molds for the smeltery over there. And then the tool forge here is where you actually put them all together after you pour the molds.
Yeah, I'm definitely have to read up on what each of these mods actually do.
Well, if you do actually decide to play, there's only one mod when you first start playing that you really need to learn, and that's Tinkers, which is these crafting tables here and the smeltery. The next mod you might want to learn after that is actually additions. And then from there, you can kind of go ahead and start spreading your way out a bit. But just the best way that I've found to do it is to just focus on one mod at a time. Oh, I think we lost Immerated. You still there, Im? He didn't even say bye this time. Alright, let me go ahead and Reclaim my chunks. I'll figure out what that team command is again. I forgot what it is at the moment. Because there's actually a command you can enter to team up with another person so that they can interact with your stuff despite your stuff being in a claim chunk. So.
I gotcha. Now, on this mini map up here,
Yeah.
the red dots are those mobs?
I believe so.
What? Okay.
I believe the white dots are like animals and passive mobs, and the red dots are actual mobs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We don't actually have to go back here. But yep, this whole mountain's going to be a castle here at some point. It's just taking some time. Getting just the front part here cleared out was a bit of a pain. But the other cool thing about the process too is that a lot of it's going to be dug out as I add more rooms, so it can kind of be done piece by piece.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Now, did you add all this chiseled stone, or was that just as you mine down?
Yeah, I added the chiseled stone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's actually an item called a chisel, appropriately enough, that you can use to convert blocks into different textured versions of themselves. But the main thing I've been using to speed the process up as much as I can is the hammer to mine, and then there's also an item called the swapping wand, which you tell it which block you want it to place, and then you click on blocks and it'll basically mine those blocks and pick them up and replace them with the blocks that you want to be there in a 3x3 grid, which speeds things up quite a bit.
Yeah, wow, my computer does not like modded. Like right here, this is like nothing but blank area. Like just blue.
Yeah, my computer does that sometimes too. It just doesn't load the chunks right. Although my computer actually handles it quite well, probably because I've got a good enough internet connection to handle it.
Yeah, I was safe. If my internet connection was decent, it'd be a different story, but yeah.
Well, at least you're not dropping down to 1 bar anymore.
Yeah, and that's it. Like I said, I don't know what it is. If I'm hardlined in and I have my Wi-Fi on, it just completely bogs my internet out. But if I have one or the other on, I'm good.
Well, if you're hardlined in, you shouldn't actually have your Wi-Fi on.
Well, that's true too, but half the time I unplug it just to run off Wi-Fi, but lately I've just been keeping it hardlined.
Yeah. So you know what your actual connection speed is?
What is slower than dirt? I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and do the spawn command again. Alright, let's see, where is it? Woods, Fox, Nate, Fuel. Does he not have one? Oh, don't make me fly out there the long way. Oh, there it is, right here. Okay, this one here right on the end, go ahead and click it. right click. And then fly up. Yeah, this is the guy who used that item from Botania to actually make himself floating islands. Oh, you're probably waiting for your computer to catch up, aren't you?
Yeah, I was waiting for the chunks to load. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know that he actually raised the ground because if you look underneath, you can see the big craters underneath from where they came up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just there's items in the game that you just pick a spot and set it down and activate it, and it takes a while because it does it like line by line, but it raises a whole area into the sky.
That is cool.
And then there's another really big one back here that they raised up just for the hell of it. Now, as you can see, this guy made a really, really, really big smeltery. Like, this thing's huge. I don't know if I could ever actually fill up a smeltery that big. It'd be hard to do.
It's huge. It's so great. It's just huge. It's the
Really?
hugest ever. It's just the hugest ever. Sorry, I had to do it. You said huge, and that just ticked in my brain. It's so huge. It's just so great and wonderful. Oh, and that's what we gotta listen to for 4 years. God.
Yep. And I always like to take you to Lag City, but I don't know if your connection can handle it.
I say I'm already in Lag City, so.
Ah, you're up to 4 bars in your connection now.
There's another island over here.
Oh, right. These islands over here, this actually wasn't lifted up. As you can probably tell by looking beneath it. These actually spawn randomly all over the world. They're called slime islands, and you can probably see why based on the mobs that are on them.
Right.
But these are just scattered randomly across the world. And, you can get slime gel and a bunch of stuff up here, and just basically makes it easier to get slimes.
And they just plummet to their death? That's sad.
Well, no, they don't die unless it happens to be a really small one that falls off, because with slimes, when you kill one, then it splits off to smaller ones, and then that one splits off to even smaller ones, and then they die if you kill them.
Well, yeah, but
Whoa.
still, it's.
Well, slimes don't have a AI mechanic that prevents them from falling like most mobs do. Like, most mobs actually won't walk off a cliff, typically. But slimes just basically pick a direction and start going that way. So, and then when that direction takes them off a cliff, there they go.
Like that one.
Like that one. But yeah, there's actually a area that we fondly refer to as Lag City because when you go over there, you actually freeze up for like 20 seconds while the game's loading in all the stuff over there because that's where one of the guys set up the 5 times ore processing system, which converts every ore into 5. So yeah. I found that I don't really need much more than the 2 to 3 times that you can achieve via normal means, but you can actually or quintuple your ore if you really want to.
I say it's all pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff in here, though.
Yeah. Oh, and in case you hadn't noticed, I mean, this island's showing it off quite a bit over here. Um, there's also mods that add multiple different types of trees and foliage and all different kinds of stuff. Like this guy actually collected quite a few of the different kinds of trees and is growing them over here. Oh, I just kind of froze up a bit. There we go. I'm back.
Yeah, I noticed that with like blocks too. There was some kind of ore or whatever outside of your base that I went up to it and tried to see what kind it was. It kind of looked like a lapis, but it was like definitely not lapis. So yeah, I gotta get used to all the freaking block names and ore names and all that stuff too.
Well, I'm sure you've noticed that if you actually walk up to something close enough you can look at it, you'll get the tooltip that actually tells you what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing you can do, just to show you if you haven't actually checked it out yet, if you press E to bring up your inventory, you see that thing there on the right hand side that shows you, a whole bunch of blocks. There's actually a search bar down there, so you can search through every block in the game, and if you click on it, it'll show you the recipe for it.
Yeah, I looked at that whenever I first started up. I hit E to see the inventory, and I seen that, and I was like, "What is this like?" I thought it was kind of like creative, and I clicked on one. It's like, "Oh, to create this, do this." I was like, "Huh, gotcha."
Yep, that is one nice thing. You don't have to go looking online to find out, what to do for. I mean, you'll probably still have to go looking online and whatnot, but you at least don't have to do it just simply to find the recipes. You can just come in here and type in the item, or if you want to look up a specific mod, just put the @ sign in and then type in the name of the mod, and then it'll show you all the items just from that one mod. Like for example, if you type in @ actually, it'll show you all the items from the actually editions mod. Alright, I'm heading back to spawn.
All right behind you.
I really wonder how that one piece of wood got removed. Now you spawn in that little hole. There, I put a piece of wood there. It's not spruce, but whatever. That's pretty much the majority of the tour. I mean, I could show off Warts' stuff, but I don't know if you could handle it. Mitt's not got that big of a base. Oh, wait a minute. Follow me. I'll show you Nate's tower. It looks really, really cool.
Rubber banding again. Give me a second.
I'll just teleport you then, no biggie. He is actually not that far away from spawn. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not looking at any chunks. It's still trying to load everything, I guess.
You'd think that i7 of yours would make up a little bit for the connection, but guess not.
Yeah, you think so.
Holy.
Ah, there you are.
Wow.
What? What are you wowing at?
Looks like they finally fixed the power consumption on the draconic bow. It actually takes the 12 million energy per shot now. Whoa! Okay. Didn't want you to actually blow up. It looks like I might be going back to the lava bow. Dang. Yeah, that bankrupted my battery already. Wow. Oh, so anyway, here is Nate's tower, which is actually really, really nice. And he put his orb in the very top of the tower.
Was he trying to go for a sovereign look or what?
I think that's what he was trying to go for, yeah.
This is just what it looks like.
That's just, wow. I can't believe that. The thing only holds 16 million RF to begin with. That thing's about useless to me now. That's the one thing that does kind of suck sometimes, because when you upgrade mod packs to the newer versions, like, yeah, sure, sometimes some of the bugs gets fixed, but then sometimes some of the good bugs get fixed. Like when we first started playing this mod pack, there's an item in this mod pack called a torch arrow, which you combine a torch and an arrow in a crafting grid and you get a torch arrow. Well, it just so happened to work with the infinity enchant. So if you shot your bow and hit a mob, it worked like an arrow, and if you shot your bow and just hit something, a torch would stick there. And they quite quickly fixed that. I'm like, I want my unlimited torch arrows back. Yeah, let me check something here real quick. Is there a upgrade to reduce RF consumption? Because if there isn't, no, there's an RF capacity upgrade that doesn't attack, draw speed, arrow speed, shield recovery, movement, jump. So the only thing is the RF capacity upgrade. Huh. Block of demon metal. That's new. Block of enchanted metal. Also new.
Heck yeah, I just got paid.
Just check your bank account.
I just had the alert come through that I got direct deposit in. Dude, this last paycheck, I had 96 hours on it. 76 of it was regular time, and 20 of it was time and a half.
Wow.
Because with that new, it's like a new labor law, whatever it's trying to get pushed through, where if you work over 80 hours in 2 weeks, they have to offer you time and a half with overtime.
Yep.
And all that. Which it's a great thing, you know. I work 96 hours every 2 weeks, anyways, and I wasn't getting paid for my work. I was getting straight salary. So now they changed us to hourly time, and I'm gonna start getting paid a lot more.
I bet. I'm just dragging you around.
That's fine.
But yeah, that's pretty much the tour. That's also nowhere near all the mods that the mod pack that we're playing right now can be referred to as a kitchen sink pack. Basically has a little bit of everything. There's all kinds of mods in here that I haven't even really touched. One of the things I'm actually going to rebuild, I built it once, but then there was something in my base configuration. We never could actually track it down as to what exactly the problem was, but it was actually killing the server. The only thing that we were able to track it down to that it was something inside my base area, and it was something to do with the Ender.io mod, which Ender.io is one of those mods used for literally everything. It does a lot of the power and item transfer and all that. A lot of the machines are Ender.io. So, since I was getting kind of bored with that base anyway, and I'm like, you know what? So I just tore the whole thing down, which immediately fixed the server. And then I moved off to the castle, and like as you see with the castle, I'm kind of splitting everything up more because in my original base I had everything pretty much cramped all together in a very small area. But one of the things I want to do, and I'd actually just started doing when I had to tear everything down, there's a machine from Actually Editions. I figured that was going to be his reply. Anyway.
So wait, how many times can you actually shoot it?
Considering I have a 16 million RF battery on me from Actually Editions, I think I can shoot it like maybe 2 or 3 times total.
That is hilarious.
That is, I never expected them to actually fix that. I thought that the power reading that was supposed to take 12 million RF for one shot was wrong, but obviously not.
Yeah, I'm actually like everyone's adding me that I'm playing with, just because like I'm so good as May apparently. Like the past 3 games, I've had the enemy team add me. Wow, and they keep adding me. Yeah, the whole other team just added me.
Huh. The whole team.
Yeah, all 6.
Wow.
And they weren't a group.
Well, if I turn the shockwave off, it takes me down to about 6.5 million per shot. That's still ridiculous, though. Like, these things only hold 16 million RF. I don't know why they built it that way. I mean, you basically have to nerf it to actually be able to use it. Like, why put all these upgrades on it if you can't use them? Let's turn my arrow velocity down. Oh, wow. That took me down to about 3 million RF per shot.
Yeah.
Oh, bye. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably just go get my lava bow back again. Oh, why did that just turn off my flight? Anyway, took my armor off here for a minute. Look at my back. Why is that not showing? Hold on. Did they fix that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now it's
So
showing.
your battery, your backpack looking thing?
Yep, there's backpacks.
Nice.
I've got a Christmas tree ornament on my chest. Yay! But yeah, there's backpacks and you can actually upgrade them with different abilities too. Like the one I've got on mine, it automatically picks up any ores from like when I mine and stuff. So if I'm going along picking up coal, iron, whatever, it automatically goes into the backpack instead of into my main inventory. I think you can also add voiding upgrades to it. Like if I didn't want to pick up stone, I could just add stone to it and it would just void it out whenever I picked it up. I've actually got a voiding upgrade in my compacting drawers for my cobblestone gen. So it's still picking up cobblestone all the time, but it's full now, so it's just voiding out all the stuff that it picks up. So other than connection issues, what do you think?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've had absolutely no desire to go back to the vanilla server, which is really sad because it's my server. I haven't even bothered updating it to 1.11 yet because nobody cares.
That just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, it just came out. Although there's actually a 1.11.1 already now.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I need to get on and play around on the server. I was talking around. I had orders and stuff with Target.com, which never order from Target.com ever again. But I was on the phone with them today, and I pulled up the den map, and I was looking at stuff, and I was like, crap, I really need to play Minecraft again.
Oh, you were looking at the den map? Yeah. I'm kind of wondering, I'm kind of thinking about asking Ethan or Will if they want to take over ownership. I don't think either of them will, and I don't really mind it that much. It's only like $6 a month, but it's like not going to get used anymore.
Well, once I get back on nights, I'll probably play more. But me being on days, it's just... I don't understand. I have the same amount of time on days as I do nights, but I have more gaming time when I'm on night shift than I am on day shift. And more sleep.
Yeah, that's the thing that's always bothered me. Like, people look at me like I'm so weird for not wanting to work days, but I honestly feel like I have more time in the day when I work nights. I feel like I sleep more when I work nights. I don't know what it is, but it's like there's less time in the day when you work a normal day.
Yeah, like I get maybe 5, 6 hours of sleep when I'm on days, but when I was on nights, I was getting like 8 hours of sleep, and I'd still wake up and play video games before I went to work.
Yeah, same here. Like I get off at 11. I usually go to bed about 3:30. I'm usually up at about 11. So from like 11 to like 1, I'm eating my bowl of cereal for breakfast, and I'm playing video games before work. Like when you work in the morning, you don't get to play video games before work. You get up and you go.
Right?
Um,
That and this getting up at 3 in the morning is just killing me.
One other thing I did want to point out, if you look at the roof of this building and then also the spawn code words in the front, I told you about the one chisel mod, which is basically just converting blocks into different textures. There's also a mod called Chisels and Bits, which allows you to basically edit a block to your heart's desires. You can carve it and cut it away at pretty much any size and dimension that you want to, and you can do it bit by bit. Like if you look at the word spawn code here, you can basically see, like on the tips of the W's there, you can see how big a bit actually is, because this is pretty much all just little bits writing the word spawn code. So you can actually do some pretty crazy things with chisels and bits. It's time consuming, but you can do it. Also, if you head back over to this gray house over here and look at the railings on the porch, that's all chisels and bits too.
Huh, that's cool.
But yeah, now I think he only did the intricate bits on the very front here. Yeah, he did. The rest of it's just kind of a little bit more standard, but especially on the front here, he did fairly intricate carving with the chisels and bits on the roof section. That looks really, really nice. He was asking us, he's like, hey, do you guys think I should do this all the way around? And we were like, you really want to spend that much time doing that?
Alright, dude. I hate to hop off here, but I'm about ready to pass out.
Oh, that's fine. We're pretty much done with the tour anyway. Like I told you before, these are some great guys that I found. Really fun to hang out with. If you do find that you have the time, hop on with us. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Sounds good. Yeah, it seemed like nice guys. I'm gonna try to give all this modded stuff a chance. There's a lot of stuff, but it all is pretty cool.
Yeah, that guy that's hopped down with us a couple times, that's Ren. He's actually the admin. He's pretty good. The bot that's running in there that did the help command for you, and it actually has a whole bunch of commands, and it's also the one that's just like the bot for the vanilla server relays the Minecraft chat to Discord and vice versa. He actually coded that bot himself. He knows how to code.
Cool.
We can actually restart the server directly from the bot. We can just issue commands to the bot and it'll restart the server and all that. I mean, he's put a lot of work into that. It's really nice. And it's all JavaScript too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But now I'm gonna hop off here and try to go to bed.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, it's nice playing with you.
Yep, nice to have you finally come on and check it all out.
Yeah. Alright, dude, I'll catch you later.
Alright, good night.
See ya.
Alright guys, and I believe that's pretty much it for me also. Tonight was basically just a tour for Travis's benefit, to kind of show off stuff. Like I've mentioned before, he is brand new to modding, which is not that far behind where I am. I've learned a lot of it at this point, but it's still very new. There's still a whole lot of stuff I haven't figured out. I've basically just learned what people would refer to as the core mods at this point. But it's definitely fun, and I hope to stream again soon. See y'all later. Bye.